Can't beat a bit of sativa. I'm glad it's not indica, because that sends you to sleep. Sativa is the opposite, you see. That makes you activate your brain more. You think a little bit more, you see. Well, a lot more in my case. But see, I learned a lot about this from not my ex before my ex, Christy, you know, because she was, you know, smoked a lot and introduced me to a lot of different strains. I introduced my ex to a few different strains, but he's none the wiser. He'll be missing a lot of things about me, you know. Home cooking, he's even admitted that. See, when I went round there for the first time, showed me his kitchen and that, I thought, I looked at, there's nothing in the fridge, just fucking cans of beer, a few bottles of sauce and what have you, salad cream, fucking, I was just ketchup, and nothing of substance, you know, nothing there. You can fridge, freezer, right? Open the freezer department, nothing there but frozen burgers and frozen like Dale pack steaks and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And even frozen packs of ham, for crying out loud. You can't freeze slices of fucking ham and then defrost it for a fucking sandwich. First I've heard, anyway. I wouldn't like to do it. I want ham as fresh as, like, I've just shot the pig itself there and then. Come here, you bastard. Well, not that quite, not quite that much, but so look, there's other freezer. Frozen peas, frozen chopped peppers, frozen sliced onions, frozen diced lamb, frozen this, frozen that, frozen everything else you can fucking think of. And I thought, I'm gonna knock this fucking person into shape, because it's not good enough, this. So I started cooking, you know. I was staying there for months at end. I was supposed to go there for a weekend, or maybe a week at best, half the time, and God almighty, months later, I'm still there. As soon as I go home for a few weeks before I come back, probably eating shit again, you know, frozen crap, fucking every 1 or 2 days. Beer, that's what it was. Fucking alcoholic, you know. Self-confessed alcoholic it was. Which he told me early on, which I was pretty grateful for, I suppose. Didn't have to tell me. A lot of people lie about it, don't they? So what is he? He's not a superficial alcoholic, because he's definitely one. I used to do texts for him when we got up and that. He's like, do me a favour, Paula, can you text this number out, this message out for us? And he couldn't, until he'd had a couple of drinks, he couldn't stop shaking. That's bad. That's fucking quite bad. Very bad. Extremely very bad, in fact. I mean, God almighty. Imagine being that bad. Oh, I'm getting all this lipstick stuck to my bloody teeth. Anyway, God, what a tangent. Five and a fucking half minutes. I'm supposed to be talking about films here, right? You know, I lived through the video nasty age, right? Seeing all these films. It was, oh God, July 1983 when, yeah, people like Mary Whitehouse and Leon Britton and a lot of other people from the Daily Mail mostly had on the, it was all mostly conservative papers, you know, on Daily Mail. It was like, they started the campaign, ban the, what was it? Ban the, not nasty video, ban the something video campaign. Eventually worked. The year after that, 1984, they all got dragged off the fucking shelves. I remember seeing it in the paper going, oh God, half of them I hadn't even seen. I'd seen some of them on boarding school. And, God, fucking pretty bloody violent. But, you know, a lot of them banned and all. Oh, glasses time. Glasses time. Right. This one here. Don't ride on late night trains. Which is, you know, God, ridiculous now when you watch it. Probably I'm not sure about the year. 1978 actually, yeah, 1978. Basically a rip-off of The Last House on the Left. Banned. Irene Miracle's in that, incidentally. She was in Midnight Express. I think she played his girlfriend in that. Obviously, there's no other females in Midnight Express, was there? 1977 film, Fight for Your Life. Very, very racist film, and they both give as good as you can get. Him and his family, and him and the criminals. That it's a home invasion film, and he's like a really racist, horrible bloke. He's broke out of prison with two other criminals. One's Hispanic, and one's like Oriental. He's still dead racist, and you know, and humiliates the family and everything. But they get their own back. They get their own back. Banned. House on the Edge of the Park. You know, same director as Cannibal Holocaust, Ruggero Deodato, Last House on the Left. What's he called again? David Hess. I've seen an interview up by him, and he's pretty nasty bloke. Anyway, banned. Now, that is very cut. If you can find the version, which I can't pronounce, I don't know about Procky Pussy Boss, the Beast, or something. It's Italian again, 1980. Very cut, very cut. So I bought it unawares of that, but that's life. The Beyond. Who she film? In my opinion, poor effects. Yeah, pretty poor. Yeah, he's banned again. All these films are controversial for being over the top gore and stuff. And Cannibal Man, it's not even fucking about a cannibal at all. Nothing. It's just, anyway, it's banned because it had the word cannibal in it. Twitch at the death nerve. Well, this version I've got, the transfer to DVD is absolutely dreadful. You can't hear a fucking word that's being said. Every time the actor's away from the screen, it's like, what they're talking about, what they're talking. Doesn't matter how much you turn it up or alter the sound. Can't hear a bloody thing. And if you can find the VHS, you know, the British one, it's got a lot of titles, this. It's called Bloodbath. Worth a bomb. A few £100 anyway for a video. Especially if you can find the pre-cert. It's a great film, but I shall look for that on OKU. Maybe I can hear what's going on better than that. Maniac. Yeah, 1980. Ban. I warned you not to go out tonight. I mean, it stars Joe Spinell. Joe Spinell normally plays a gangster and stuff, doesn't he? There he is there, look. See what I mean? It's unusual for him to be in a film like that. Maybe he was skint at the time. Don't Go in the Woods. Banned as well. Oh God, avoid at all costs. It's terrible. There's another version called Don't Go in the Woods Alone. But yeah, it's terrible. Basically, it's about this. It's just this mountain. Everyone seems to be going camping there. You know what I mean? Out of the blues. This party, that party, this couple, one on his own, and all these people. There's one bloke by himself in a wheelchair. I mean, what are the odds of that? 1 in a billion. He manages to get up a steep bank, right? He gets all the way to the top, heaving and puffing, and I've made it. And he decides to relax and watch the sunset. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you see this machete come out the side of the screen and lob his head off. The wheelchair, along with his head, tumbles down, all the way back down to where he came from. The whole scene was fucking pointless, just for him to get killed. But it's basically it's like a fucking spoof. I don't think it's meant to be one, but it fucking is. Banned. Bloody Moon, Spanish film. When I first seen her at boarding school, I thought it was really fucking violent. I could still tell when the head gets severed by that circular saw. One of those great big massive gigantic enormous huge whopping immense saws for sawing bricks in half. Big massive slabs of stone. Saws her head off. You can tell it's a doughy. You know, no expression on the face. I even knew them when I first seen it in 1981, which was the release date. I had the music though. Madman. Basically a Friday the 13th rip-off, or the Burning rip-off, because the Burning was actually written before the Friday the 13th film. Yep. It was just shelved for a long time, you know. The Friday the 13th. I mean, let's face it, there was a lot of films about that one there at the time. Campers in Peril films, and you know, that's just another one really. If you say his name above a whisper, he will come for you. And if he comes for you, he'll get you. The Ultimate, that's my favourite all-time band. Video Nasty, 1981. Was written by, before Friday the 13th, by the way. Everyone says it's a rip-off, but it's not. Very similar kind of Campers in Peril yet again, but it's. I've got 3 different versions of this. I've got like, I mean, this is a complete uncut one. I've got one that's pretty cut. I've got one that's not too cut, the EMI one, which is unrated. It's got an X on it actually, on the back. And that one, that's bits in that I didn't even know existed, to be honest with you. Banned. The Prowler. I'm not sure if this is banned or not, because the British version was called Rosemary's Killer. And I always thought that was just that version and no other. Yeah? But no, that's the US version. And the violence is a bit more gory. Yeah, certain killing scenes linger on longer and stuff. And that's, if you want the uncut version of this, Rosemary's Killer, that's the one. Like I said, I don't think it ever got banned. But it was, I think they did cut it from this version down to the UK version. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. But that is a really good film. Tom Savini does the special effects. Actually, he does the special effects for that one too. He does the special effects for that one too. Quite a lot, a few films. He was well sought after in them days, you know, because his special effects look so realistic, you know. And that one, it's one of those films that just seem to fall off the radar, you know. And I mean, to me, it's quite an underrated film. A brilliant film from 1976. Apparently it was on with Straw Dogs, and that's 1971 Sam Peckinpah classic. Got both versions over there. Reviewed them on the channel a few years ago. But that is really good. I mean, I don't like the taglines, it's wrong. It started with a rape. It ended in a massacre. With a massacre. That's not what happens at all. It's a home invasion film, and it didn't start with a rape at all. It starts with intimidation. I mean, it starts off when she's, you know, she gets in the driver's seat of this dentist's car. He's just met her, and blah blah blah. It's a Corvette, banging down this like country highways and things, and gang of thugs, 4 thugs in this other souped up car decide to like challenge him. She runs them off the road, and that's it, revenge time. So they have to track him down and find out where he lives and that. And the alternative title, because it's a Canadian film, is The House by the Lake. Yeah, good, brilliant film. And this one, from 1979, I've read the book as well. Prophecy, it's the German version. Prophecy, John Frankenheimer. I mean, if you can read German, be my guest. If you can see that, I don't know. No, I'll try anyway. Prophecy ist ein Horrorschöne der Gegenwart Robert Foxworth, Cyrano und Talia Shire Rocky Defhet in en Rollen 1 Artis und seine Trotzi auf Bitten 1 Bergottens that's about the extent of my German, I'm afraid. Anyway, I've gone on too long. Films nowadays are fucking rubbish. I mean, Hollywood's not dying. It's dead already, isn't it? Right? Like the music industry. And sport, TV. I mean Hollywood. I mean, look at the shit they're churning out in the last few years. Just trying to recreate fucking iconic characters. It's not gonna work. I dread the day when they decide to remake fucking Dirty Harry. And they will. They will. Watch this fucking space. They're gonna have to wait for Clint to die though. I hope somewhere in his will he's got, please, nobody remake that my franchise. Because Warner Brothers has got control over it now. Because most of them are Warner Brothers films, if not all of them. Anyway, I'll see you later. I've gone on a little bit too much here. Oh God! Right. See you later. See you later, mate. I'm sorry, I'm a bit drunk and stoned. Oh, God almighty. Right. Nah.